Talk about desperate. Yeah, desperate is as desperate does. Well, these magalots who tend to have their own channels, and I'll show you a little video clip in a moment, trying to make out that the No King's protests were a dud. There's 12.5 million plus people who attended those protests. They're trying to make out that they're funded by, guess who? George Soros. What a load of fucking bollocks that is. No. These were just individuals that decided, well, today we're going to go out for a protest. There's no funding required. They're just there. And maybe there was a bit of funding for music and this, that and the other and PA systems. A lot of people who just donated them. We want to get involved. There was no requirement for massive investment into the No King's protest. They were just individuals making a start. And when you've got this idiot, and I'm talking about podcast because that's just on his channel, but
the No King's Day
the guy
protest
there,
was
him,
a dud, despite it being well funded by billionaires with all these resources. Less than 5 million people worldwide showed up.
No, 12.5
like
million plus.
Right? Well, in the grand scheme of things, think about this. The 2016 World Series parade with the Chicago Cubs had over 5 million people. And that was a parade for a sports team. Now, all you Democrats, I thought you and Bernie Sanders said, we're going to stand up against the oligarchs and the billionaires. Well, this whole entire No King's protest was funded by billionaires. So you're literally listening to billionaires telling you what to do. It just shows you that when George Soros and all those other guys say something, it's okay, because it's rules for thee, not for me. But at the end of the day, America, we see through the darkness, all right? And as always, together we stand, divided we fall.
At the end of the day, they are the division. They're the ones causing the division. They're the ones who are supporting a load of fucking racists. They're the ones who basically divide minority groups and separate them from everybody else. These people will be sectioned. They really do. They need to be sectioned. Or at least put in some stocks so we can just chuck things at them. Or keyhole them, maybe. Make them walk the whole gangplank. Make them do something, but be on a fucking podcast. Oh my God, these people are insufferable. They really are insufferable. They are. The count what I saw was 12.5 million plus for the No King's protests. They were like a swarm of bees, they were. All little worker ants going across the bridges. In fact, one bridge it lost its hump because it went flat. Because there was so much weight on it from all these people. There was people everywhere. It was a swarm. It was amazing, actually. And just the sheer numbers and the volume of them, well, it had Trump a little bit concerned, it did. Because Trump is driven by his poll numbers. His ego. He has a bit of a problem with that, doesn't he? When the old poll numbers start plummeting, and they clearly have, they're in the minuses, he starts posting a load of crap on his Truth Social, and then he starts criticising even Fox News, because they're also posting the polls, which are showing Donald Trump in the minuses. So thin-skinned. And then you got these idiots, like that guy who's on Hawk Podcasts, found. It's desperate. Trying to, there'll be people following him, obviously, and believe every word that he says. But they're just trying to demean the efforts of those who effectively literally got up one morning, or they said this week we're doing we're going to go on these protests, and they did. No money wasn't required for the individuals. Whether there was money there or not, these people would have still turned up. They would have still been there. Nobody received checks. It isn't like Donald Trump having to pay people to attend his flecking parade. It isn't like Donald Trump, whose organisers had to... they hired 1,500 odd uniforms through the ages, and they're getting people in to wear these uniforms, a load of actors. It's just nuts. No one wanted to be there. And then you've got these presenters covering it, and they're all like, yeah. They get some person on the fucking on Fox News, and she was drunk. It's just nuts. These people have lost their fucking minds, they have. It's unbelievable how far the mighty has fallen. And obviously I'm referring to the mad people in the United States. I'm not going to say you're all mad. You might be virgin on it. But you're not all mad. No. I'd point that out because I've been criticised for, cause I'm not trying to say that everybody in the United States are bad, because they're not. That'd be ridiculous. Even some people in MAGA, they're not all going to be horrendous people. Some people are just misinformed. They just don't know what one end of the stick to the other. Maybe they're just fools, Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Easy to manipulate, just like Donald Trump. He's also easy to manipulate. Netanyahu's doing a marvellous job of that, isn't he? I know, Trump. I tell you what, if you help us get Gaza, supply us with 3 more missiles and that, we will let you have beachfront properties there. Or something. I can just imagine it behind the scenes. It's just, these people are just unreal. They really are unreal. Anyway, you tell me, please leave in the comments down below. And please beat the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, so you get one post in your pocket every time I upload another video. I hope, because YouTube hasn't been very, how to put it, obliging. No, not to this channel anyway. I've been having a lot of problems with YouTube recently, with notifications and actually even showing my videos. So that is a bit of an issue. It's all gone a bit tits up. As Trump again, you said they all got up there and they suckled on old Donny's chocolate starfish that they have. If you know what I mean, had a bit of a hot lunch. And and nothing seems to make sense anymore. No. Whereas in Canada, it makes a darn sight more sense. Even here in France, it makes more sense. But in the United States, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just madness. Absolute madness. And we're seeing the decline. Economically for the United States, it's also hurting everybody else. Other countries getting hurt as well. Been dragged down with you. Of course, people who are feeling the pinch because of the United States, well then, they're going to show some animosity towards it. Once they've joined the dots. Anyway, you tell me. Please leave it in the comments down below. Toodaloo.